Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Silent Reviews here, coming at you guys with yet another video today. I know I've been on a roll lately with my upload schedule. 3 videos in one day, or was it 4? I think it was 4. 4 videos in one day yesterday, and now we have another video for you guys today. The news just broke out. I had to report this. I needed to talk about it. It just broke out from Bleacher Report. It says here, Chyna, Triple H, and the rest of DX will be inducted into the 2019 WWE Hall of Fame. Yep, you heard it right, people. D-Generation X, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, Billy Gunn, Dogg, and Chyna, they will all be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. This is huge. This is incredible news. One being that Chyna is finally going to be in the Hall of Fame, because we all wanted this. And it makes Triple H and Shawn Michaels Hall of Famers too, so that's cool as well. Because it was bound to happen. But this is what I wanted to talk about here. So I'm gonna read you the article that we have here from Bleacher Report. It says here, D-Generation X is heading to the WWE Hall of Fame. Tim Viaforvanti of ESPN confirmed Monday. Both key versions of DX will be recognized as a collective group of 6, including Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chyna, Dogg, Billy Gunn, and X-Pac, who provided a comment from Triple H. I think it's the most meaningful for us all to go in together and to be recognized together, Triple H told ESPN, because I think both groups were just as impactful. An ad promoting DX's Hall of Fame induction leaked Sunday, despite there being no announcement from WWE at the time. And then they show a link to the video. It says here, here's the video of the DX Hall of Fame advertisement. I assume something must have been said on the pay-per-view, I'm talking about Elimination Chamber, for this to just air it late at night. It didn't watch, but I guess not. Sean Ross Sapp. Says here, Michaels will be the second 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, joining Ric Flair. Oh yeah, that's also a big accomplishment. That makes not only Ric Flair a 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, but now the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels joins Flair in that category, so that is cool. The DX stable debuted in 1997, 2 years before I was born, with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Rick Rude, and Chyna. Rude exited the faction when he returned to WCW, but DX quickly ascended to the top of WWE's roster due to its not-so-PG antics and I can't even pronounce it, anglicizing of authority. Triple H also spoke about Chyna's importance and impact in professional wrestling. It was completely different. No one had ever had a female enforcer before, especially one like that. It just so happened to work out. The timing was right. Michaels was then later kicked out of the faction following his loss to Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania, with Triple H assuming control, as Michaels was about to retire for several years from WrestleMania due to chronic back injuries. Triple H brought back in Dogg and Billy Gunn, who would form a tag team as the New Age Outlaws, we all familiar with that, along with X-Pac. The group would stay together in and off Carnations until disbanding in 2000, after which DX would reform for brief, usually one-off storylines. Michaels and Triple H were the only 2 members of the original group to be part of the reformed DX. The pair most recently wrestled together as part of the 2018 WWE Crown Jewel event in Saudi Arabia, defeating Kane and The Undertaker, Brothers of Destruction, in a tag team match. This was Michaels' first match in 2010. And by the way, that match was just... It was okay for what it was. It was nothing special. It got the job done. It was good. But I think that means we shouldn't see those 4 in the ring all together one again. Like, yeah, it's over with that. The announcement of DX's induction will also represent a changing of face regarding Chyna, who passed away of an overdose in 2016. Chyna wrestled in WWE from 1997 to 2001, becoming one of the most dominant female competitors in the sport's history. She later became a pornographic actress, something Triple H said in 2015 on the Stone Cold podcast, Cage Side Seats, would harm her capacity. And then Triple H brings up this whole thing here. So, okay. It's a bit difficult though, and this is the flip side of the coin that nobody looks at. You have a I got a 10-year-old, 8-year-old kid. My 8-year-old kid sees the Hall of Fame. My 8-year-old kid goes on the internet to look at, oh, this is Chyna. I've never heard of her. I'm 8 years old. I've never heard of that. So I go type it in. I go punch it up, and what comes up, and I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm not criticizing lifestyle choices. Everybody has their own reasons. I don't know what they were, and I don't care to know. It's not a mortality thing or anything else. It is just a fact of what it is. That's a difficult choice. Triple H then followed up with the comment when discussing Chyna's induction with Fire Vanti. He says, and I quote, "Look, people believe what they want to believe. When I said a few years ago on the Austin podcast or show or whatever you want to call it, there's complexities around it, but absolutely, definitely deserves to be in there. It'd be tough to pick a female that was more impactful on the business. She did something that was completely so out of left field that it wasn't even considered when we first brought it up to her to come in it. It wasn't even a consideration. It wasn't an easy thing, and against all odds, she did all of that. She earned everybody's trust. She won over the fans. She won over the boys. She did all of it. From that standpoint, absolutely 100% deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and should probably be more than once as a group, but individually as well. There's more complexity to that, means the eye, but here we are. I'm just happy that it's here. I'm happy for her family, the people that she was close with, that hopefully this is super meaningful to them. I know it'll be to her. This is a great thing, very deserving." End quote. And then it says here that Chyna's mother, Jan Lekay, called on WWE to induct her daughter last year in a Facebook post. "As many as you know, yesterday would have been Joni's birthday. I appreciate all the messages and representatives of her that were posted by so many. You can imagine it's always a very sad day to me, but it helps a lot to know how many people remember her and loved her. It's one of the worst things in the world to lose a child. We have to get her into the WWE Hall of Fame. She richly deserves to be there. WWE, listen up and do what's right for Chyna. You owe her that to what she did for you in women's wrestling. She earned her place there, and it's long overdue." So there's the end of that article. And then there's another article that I saw here from 434 on Facebook, and it comes for us from WWFoldschool.com, and it's basically talking about what we just said about Triple H. He's stating that Chyna deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, not just together as the group with DX, but also separately. So this article says here, Triple H says Chyna should be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame individually too. And this is what it brings up. So let's see. Once I go over this one, then I'll give you my guys' thoughts on this. It says here, as we noted earlier, WWE announced that D-Generation X, I'm not gonna go over the names again, will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2019. During an interview with ESPN, the Game Triple H talked about this WWE Hall of Fame induction, which it means for the group, Chyna, and more. And then we just go over. It just basically just says the same thing I talked about in the other article. Yeah, this is pretty much this. On DX being involved in a major storyline with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mike Tyson in 1988. For me, it was the break of a lifetime, right? My career was on the upswing, and it had its downswing due to a lot of different reasons. That was an opportunity for me to get back into the right path, get out there, and show what I could do. Being next to Shawn, the experience was just so great to be around that level of performance. From Taker to Bret Hart, everybody else, the learning experience was massive. And then, it just shows what we just talked about with Chyna deserving to be, not only in the Hall of Fame, but individually as well. That just says the same thing. So, all right. So, here's my verdict on this. One, Chyna definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. We all know that. She honestly should have been in the Hall of Fame the year she passed away, or the next year. And I don't remember exactly what the day was when she passed away. Whether it was late into the year or if it was before WrestleMania, she should have been in the Hall of Fame that year, no doubt. But it's good that WWE finally managed to do the right thing, and that is to bring Chyna into the WWE Hall of Fame. This is great. This is great news. I'm sure this brings a lot of smile, a lot of tears to fans' faces. I am very, very happy for Chyna. Rest in peace. Definitely one of the best women out there in the entire wrestling industry, no doubt. I still miss her her day. I still miss the days where she was with Eddie Guerrero in the Attitude Era. I still miss that. That was just great. Rest in peace, Eddie, of course. You know, and you know they're probably up there together as well. So, but yeah, I definitely agree with Triple H said. Chyna, no, she definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and it's good that they finally did what they wanted to do with her. And also, she really should be separate. And maybe they could still do that. They still could do that. They could, you know, even though because they're gonna announce it tonight on Raw. We all know that. Nobody was announced for the Hall of Fame yet, but being that we're only one pay-per-view away from WrestleMania, which is Fastlane, March 10th, we're gonna finally hear who's gonna be in the Hall of Fame for 2019, and our first inductees is none other than D-Generation X. So, and the name that just really stands out of everybody there is Chyna, because you know she was a part of the business for so many years, and everybody loved her, and she was just great. And you know, she had those intergender matches. It's crazy. This woman was even an Intercontinental Champion. I think she was also a Hardcore Champion, if I'm right. Please mistake me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Chyna's done it all, man. And to have her be in the Hall of Fame, it's the right move. It's definitely what everybody wanted in the past. And yeah, we've just been begging for it, and we got it. So very well happy for Chyna. She deserves it, no doubt. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, no doubt. Shawn Michaels is already in the Hall of Fame. Triple H is not in the Hall of Fame, but now he is going to be in the Hall of Fame. And now Shawn Michaels is a 2-time Hall of Famer along with Ric Flair, so that is cool as well. X-Pac, Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn, they're now Hall of Famers as well. So this is really cool. It's also cool to hear that Billy Gunn's in there as well, being that I saw him at Comic-Con, and he came up at the table when Velvet Sky, and that was really cool. And Billy Gunn was holding all the title belts, and he held my title too, and it was really cool. So yeah, it's really nice to see DX being in the Hall of Fame. I've always been a fan of DX since the Attitude Era, and no doubt Triple H and Shawn Michaels are the ones that stand out the most in DX, just because they're relevant. And but yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think WWE waited too long to induct Chyna to the Hall of Fame? Should they have done it right away after her passing? Is it good that she's finally in and they didn't miss her at this time? I think it's personally, being that nobody was announced before, this is definitely a great first choice. D-Generation X, no doubt. Other people I could probably see being in the Hall of Fame this year, maybe Undertaker, hopefully. Either that, or maybe he's gonna have one more match at WrestleMania and it'll be his final match in the WWE, and then he'll retire, and then he'll be in the Hall of Fame for 2020. Could be that. I don't know. I could also see Vader being in there. It's really sad that Vader is also not in the Hall of Fame. I thought he was, but he is not. So you could definitely put Vader in there. I don't know who else. I don't know who they could put for celebrity inductee this year. We'd have to wait and see for that. But yeah, guys, that's all I got to say about that. Chyna deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. DX, no doubt, Hall of Fame. It's great. And I can't wait to hear the speeches and what they got to say about Chyna and in the Hall of Fame this year. And it's going to be great, man. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. And I'm going to be getting out of here, guys. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, favorite, RKL the like button out of nowhere. And yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. I'm not gonna go over Raw because you know Raw's just boring and Raw's just the same old shit. And you know I watch it because I watch it. I just never stop watching in general. So there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. So I'll see you all in the next one. Too sweet.